Hello, everybody. Welcome again. This is Kyle Broder, and this is Critiques by Kyle. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed my last video. It was the review of Cloud Atlas. Apparently, I just say that apparently it got cut off at the end. I found out from a friend of mine. So I would say that if you didn't hear the end of it was that I gave it an 8.8 to 8.5 rating for Cloud Atlas. So that's all you really missed was me grading it there at the end. This video is going to be a review of the new movie Flight. It was the new Robert Zemeckis movie. Just saw it a couple days ago, and I will say that I really enjoyed it. Not what I expected. It's definitely not a traditional Zemeckis movie in any way. It's kind of more Scorsese-esque, I guess. I'll just invent that term as I go. But yeah, it's different. It's got some Zemeckis trademarks, heavily character-based. He definitely makes you feel real empathy and love for the characters, and root for them. Whether they make terrible life decisions or not, you still kind of want them to win in the end. The difference in this case is it's hard to root for this guy in some spots, just because you feel pity and everything, disgust all wrapped up. This movie's definitely not what you will think it is going in. If you watch the trailer like I did, I thought it was completely different from what I thought it was going to be. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I would definitely say, for whatever you think it is, if you're a fan of movies and great performances, I'd say Denzel Washington gives a very good performance, probably better than he's given in a long time. Not that he's been bad, but he's pretty much, for the most part, been doing pretty similar stuff lately. This is good. This is it's an acting job, to say the least. It's a very, very compelling character. At times, a very difficult character to watch. But you're glued all the same. You're absolutely glued to your seat, and you really do want to find the way it turns out. Some key points. The directing, obviously good. The music was perfect in time. It was another thing that made me think of Scorsese. Is it really it had a lot of those type of scenes where the music dictates the action that Scorsese loves to do, and obviously very famously in Casino and Goodfellas and just about everything he does. But those two big examples, where the music dictates the form, basically. There was a lot of that here, and rather than coming off like a Scorsese ripoff, which I'm sure the people who critique this badly will say it's a Scorsese ripoff. I completely disagree, because it still had that Zemeckis flair. It still had the love for the characters, and the humor was there. And I mean, it's much smaller doses, but it definitely had that trademark of a story and characters that you really care about, their future and what's going to happen to them. Acting wise, as I've said, Denzel Washington. It's hard to explain, but once you see this movie, if I can't give a spoiler away, once you see this movie, you understand that pretty much it's Denzel driving the entire movie, because there's not really many other big roles. The lead actress isn't in it much. I mean, she's important, but she's I think it's a 2 hour and 15-minute movie, and she's probably in it for maybe, I don't know, maybe a half an hour total, maybe a little more, but John Goodman is great, but once again, he's only in it for a short time. He's kind of a little bit of comic relief. It's really messed up comic relief, I'll say, without trying to give it away. He kind of plays like the likable scumbag, but he does that well, as many people have before. Most notably, probably Steve Buscemi is like the most likable scumbag in film. But he was good. But I tell you, when you watch this movie, Denzel just shines. In a fair world, I would say that he would deserve some kind of a nomination for something. I'd like to say Academy Awards, but again, it's hard to say because they're three of the biggest movies ever, not ever, but three of the huge movies that have been waiting are coming out in Christmas. I mean, we got Les Mis and The Hobbit are coming out very soon. And Lincoln as well with Daniel Day-Lewis. So it's going to be hard competition with there because my heart tells me that Lincoln's basically should already get ready their speeches because it's going to be hard to beat. Spielberg with Daniel Day-Lewis that's kind of a challenge to beat that. Having said that, it's a great movie. I definitely think Zemeckis put a stamp on it. He's back. Thank God he's making live action pictures again that are good. And he's finished with all the, animated stuff that just wasn't really working for him. I can't wait for his next film. I definitely think that if you're narrow-minded and you're only used to Back to the Future and Forrest Gump and that's what you're expecting, don't see this movie. If you're willing to check out something different and have Zemeckis surprise you, 100% see this movie. Overall, I'm going to say that I would give this high 7, maybe like 7.8, 7.9, just under an 8 maybe. Wasn't as good as Cloud Atlas, but was still very, very good. And Denzel's performance, I would say, is probably an 8.5, 9, which boosts it up a bit, which is what makes it really good. Is as good as the direction story was, Denzel was amazing. So that is my review of Flight. Hope you enjoyed it. Post whatever comments you would like in the comment section, and if you have anybody wants any reviews for me to do, any kind of reviews or questions, just post them there and I'll get to them when I can. And my next review we'll be looking for will be the movie The Man with the Iron Fist, RZA's new movie. I just saw it today, and I got a lot to say about it. Alright, thanks a lot, guys.